When I was coming up with the name of my company, Be Amazing You, it didn't start there. I was thinking, okay, it is about self development, it's about healing, it's about becoming better than you are right now, it's about allowing yourself to shine your light. You know what I mean? It's very popular thing right now is to shine your light, and there's so much of healing all around that we need to do. But then I thought there's something wrong with the name of Become Better You that I originally come up with. Because become, that means you're not there yet. So what does that mean? This means that you continuously need to improve. And then the word better, this means you're not good enough. And I realized that that was triggering me so much, especially when I grew up with the childhood trauma. Yes, you do have it too, okay? Let's just relax. We all have it. Human experience already includes trauma. Just imagine you're a baby, warm, and got food all the time, and then suddenly you're being born, and then they spank you and make you cry. Don't tell me that this is not stressful, okay? So let's just put this aside. Yeah. So become better you, it didn't work for me. It felt off. Like it was conveying the message that was kind of felt wrong to me. And that's when I became clear. Be, because you already are. And you don't need to be better. You're already amazing. Be amazing you. That's it. Just being. And if you are, doing a lot of this healing and shining your light and, being you, there is a lot of going on in our environment that became addictive. Yes, the continuously of how you can heal more. There's so many modalities of everything that you can heal. Every single day comes up with new. It's kind of like, when you're watching Netflix or any YouTube video, and then there is an ad about how you need to improve yourself. I feel like a lot of those healing modalities and tapping and breathing and journal writing and ayahuasca and whatever you want to do, this is just another thing that you need to do. How is that you're going to shine your light if you've been told that you don't have that light? Or worse, your light is not enough to shine. How is it different? We're still triggering the same childhood trauma. I think we should just stop. We need to stop doing this. That's what I'm saying. We just need to be and allow ourselves to be amazing because we already are. And I don't think universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, will waste the energy to duplicate something. There are no duplicates in the whole universe. I don't think so. Makes no sense to duplicate. Even twins that are being born from looks like the same genetic in the same family. Twins. They still have very different lives. Does that say something? And just because something worked for you and worked for somebody else, it will now work for a third person. And also, don't get upset when you're trying to heal yourself and then you try the same things that everybody is so raving about and it doesn't work for you. That goes anything for gyms, diets, ayahuascas, you name it. Because it's not really about doing. The moment that you are trying to dishonor yourself and you tell yourself that you need to improve, this is where you're telling yourself that you're not enough. So how is that you're going to shine your light and be amazing if you're telling yourself that you're not amazing? Yes, this is all starts when we've been told right from the day one that we're not good enough. But when the child starts walking, everybody expects that there will be some falling, right? There will be some falling and you stand up and then you run and then here you are, you're walking, you're running, probably even getting medals for how fast you can run. But whatever comes to shining your light, we're still like in the infancy level. Well, we need to wake up and allow ourselves to not be that infant anymore. The sad part is that a lot of us are not being allowed to be us because we belong to the group. We need to be this herd mentality. Otherwise, we're going to die. That's like survivalism. In order to be in the game, you need to have a setting that says you need to be in the game. Otherwise, we'll be just, I don't like it, off I go. So allowing yourself, it really comes from everything else that we learn from our environment. If you've been taught that dimming your light is a good thing, because then you will not be threatening to other people, you will not be invoking jealousy in other people, and you will, just bend your head and just do whatever it tells you to do, you'll be safe. Okay, now we know that, okay? This is all great. That's why we need to move on. Because let's just face it, and I want to ask you now, how many times, if you are on the healing journey, you started doing something and you learn a lot of things, but the true teachings about the healing, it's about acknowledging who you are and then appreciating it. You're saying, okay, this is me. This is me. And I appreciate who I am. What is self-love? You know, when I heard the first time, you just need to love yourself more. Like, I didn't even know what the love means, because I grew up in an environment that was very emotionally violent and even physically. So to me, pain equaled love. And that's how I loved myself, by hurting myself, because that's all I know. And again, that was great to know what kind of settings you have when you come to the game. Imagine it's like a game of cards. You're being dealt some cards. You look at it, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna get stuck with that. And this is what they mean by shining your light. Knowing that you should not be stuck with the settings. You should go and get some more points. You should get and pick that another card that you want to, because you are allowed to. So giving yourself permission to allow yourself to be more, allowing yourself to express yourself, allowing yourself to shine your light and not be afraid of it, that could be very complicated. And when I start dealing with clients who want to write their books, they want to speak, they want to coach, there's always this pullback of, well, I don't know how the people will take it. And I was just at the event last weekend, actually. It was an all-women event, and there was this amazing gal that was like natural speaker, and she told me that she wanted to have a podcast. And I was like, okay, you totally can do this. You're natural, you have a great voice. She had sense of humor, she could read people, she was a natural speaker. But you know what she told me? She said, I don't know what my parents would think about that. I don't think my sister will really appreciate it. I don't think. And I told her the same thing, what I'm going to tell you now. They really will not be listening to your podcast. No, they really will not be reading your book. Especially if it is nonfiction and includes your memories that they included in. And you know why? Because they will be afraid to see themselves. Maybe somebody, maybe your grandmother who really loves you truly, or your best friend, maybe they will kind of read your book, but no more than that. Also, those people who are around you, let's just face it, they also want to shine their light, but they don't allow to do that. And listen, doesn't mean that you need to paint something or write a book. You can shine your light by expressing yourself, drinking a cup of coffee and enjoying yourself, looking through the window. That's a shining your light, meaning you allow yourself to be you and do whatever you want to do that makes you happy and appreciating your existence. That's what I think what it is. So if you're holding yourself back, you're thinking that other people going to criticize you, okay, let's just imagine the worst thing that can happen. And this is actually how I coach my stress management coaching clients. Like, imagine the worst thing that can happen. Okay, right. You wrote the book, you published, and you know what? Okay, your mother, your father, your sister said, how dare you to say those things, examples. And, listen, I published a book, The Stress Management for Adult Children of Alcoholics. The whole book is like 25 chapters. In every chapter, I include the joke there, so you'll not be all gloomy. But also, I include personal memories from my own childhood, where, guess what? My dad is included in there. Do you think he read it? No. He was even afraid to touch it, because he knows what it is about. Do you think my mother read it? No. She was actually offended that they wrote the book, because how dare I to call her an alcoholic? I'm like, Ma, that has nothing to do with you. You will trigger some people. but it's not your responsibility to heal them or worry about what you're going to think. Of course, you should not purposely hurt people. That's just mean, and you know what I mean. But if you're holding yourself back because you have a message or something that you want to express it, you want to show yourself to the world and it makes you happy about it, you have to do that. That is the number one thing that people always hold themselves back of what the other people will think about that. And you know where this is coming from? It's coming because you've been taught since early age that you need to behave, you need to look proper, you have a good behavior, you should not be mean, you should share, and you should take care of everybody else's feelings but not your own. No, 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 no. Because that's selfish. So you've been told to shut up and sit down. And that's what you're continuously doing this. And you know, when it's going to be that time when you'll be transitioning into another life or whatever you're doing, yeah, you're going to look back and you're going to tell yourself, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. You should not be doing that. Was it Les Brown said? That's the first time I heard when I was listening video of his, that the cemetery is the most, like, the richest place on earth because there's so many dreams that have been buried. So, are you taking your dreams into the cemetery with you? Or wherever you're going? No. The time is to do it right now. Yes, right now. Whatever you're doing. And shining your light, it doesn't mean that you need to write and publish books or a paint or express yourself. It's just expressing yourself. And just ask yourself, am I being true to myself? Because here's the deal. Expressing yourself can help other people. Not that you will help yourself of saying, you know what, I'm going to express myself by now preferring to drink almond milk instead of cow milk because I'm dairy intolerant. That's also shining your light, by the way, because you're honoring your needs. And you're expressing yourself by experiencing how it is to have a coffee with almond milk. Yes, you are God the way you are. But also, when you will drink that almond milk, you will show other people around you that they should also allow themselves to be them. You're giving them permission, actually, to do that. You know, I remember when I stopped drinking, and I'm a Lithuanian, okay? So I go to parties and there's always wine included. No, we're not drinking heavy liquor. I mean, what do you think? Anyway, so we drink some wine, and I never liked wine because it will give me like acidity in my stomach. And the next day I have a huge headache because of sulfates or whatever it is. And when I started exercising and doing, diet and all the stuff, I stopped drinking for those 3 months. And I felt great. And I have not picked up alcohol since then. And now it's been 4 years, probably going into the 5th year. But you know what happened? First, everyone around you asked me, are you gonna drink? Can you drink a little bit? Just a little bit. And then they realized that I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then what started happening? When they go to parties, now nobody asked me, do I want to drink? But also there are more people in that environment that stop drinking as well. So if you have something that you want to shine your light, you want to be amazing in something, you're allowing yourself to be you. It's not only about you that you're not allowing to be. You can be inspiring by allowing other people to do what they want to do by your example. Also, if you have kids, guess what? They're learning from you like you learn from your parents. So if you're not expressing yourself, then you're not allowing yourself to honor your needs in small things and big things. You're teaching those kids that they should not be allowing themselves to be themselves either. You are showing that their needs don't matter. And then they will continue the same thing. So it's going to go from generation to generation. And do you want that? No. A lot of people I deal with, they say they want to change the world. Well, yes, it starts from within. If you will allow yourself to be you, then you will inspire other people to be themselves as well. So, go and be amazing. You.